to represent new something to the fans. Football loving fans, they see something different this year and I prefer. And we did that preparation today, and we don't do underground work, and we hope say tomorrow we'll get the desired result.
Obviously, we only hope for see a very peaceful match tomorrow will come in, and with the hope that at the end of the day, the management of GovCo, the referee body, everybody go there in that mood where again everything will be peaceful, and also now the competition will come to an end. We'll go for next season. So now, what are the plans there with Summer City get after this fine end up?
I'm ready for that. I don't probably get that question. They almost all programs about that thing. One thing we are going to get against Summer City like consultative team. We always align with the consult with the fans. After when we start, when Summer City come into existence, we participate in a Potafa. After Potafa, we ask the fans, who say we see we say for day in the next year, who say we want to want. We listening club, the listening executive now we got a listening manager, we try to promote, tap into the youth them and get everybody involved. So we don't listen to the fans, we put time again to the fans, and matter we hopefully we also the emerge as victors, tomorrow as the champion. We will come again to the fans and say, now we don't go into go for what next? Waiting, they'll get their own opinion, their own ideas. Then we come in together. We self pull from the executive and put her into one and get a decision after that.
Okay. When we say Kutawod, we all know Kutawod. A lot of people might know we are from where to where you will find Summer City, but a lot of people may not know. So for that reason, I want to make for the benefit of the one who don't know, who say Summer City cover.
So one thing we like you always say we in a new community and 5 years because of here Summer Street. Summer City na a part of the Portuguese town community, when one of the oldest communities then. Okay. As history can trace back when the Portuguese then came in 1916 and they that area there. So now one of the oldest, a part of Brookfields. Half of Brookfields you get Portuguese town, we get so many streets then. And this Summer City between Campbell Street to Dwazak Junction end, you get Summer City. Within it, you get Edward Lane, John Lane, all inside Ferguson Street, all day within the Portuguese town community. And this Summer City also fall inside that community.
Okay, where are you from Summer City? So what would you expect from Kutawod after the final?
After the final, so we don't always be a big side for football in this country. The loving of football. We always prepare ahead. So Road Rangers, as we all know, are a big name for junior league, or sorry, Mr. Junior League, local leagues in this country. We always prepare ahead. And as I tell you now, we now we're into grand final. This final we don't prepare for and before we come into it. We don't prepare for this league. And now the coming season where they come by the grace of God, I assure you see we prepare more than how we prepare for this one we take me to grand final too. But we always say alert. Always.
Yes. Talking about always the alert. Witness most of games them na the cover playing field, and we see the style of Kutawod the way manner how they play. Una get a very huge team where get full of youthful talents them more on tap within the communities, and where they play for mostly some community leagues and also some they into the Premier Leagues, young talents and breed them where then get a alternative like now for attain something like when they want for achieve. We see the performance of Kutawod put up within the competition, and that lead to the final we wanna fail on say elected. We see if it's like Kutawod at the end of the day, if una win, if una not make and throw, una not able to count champions, what if it's going to be the next step of Kutawod community?
Okay, good question. But there is a point of correction. We the win, and I assure you, we the win. What I say, we will accept, and you know. She would beat
so wait, I just want to so you accept that
no, you will accept.
No, I don't say that.
Because at the end of the day, everybody wants to be win now. So I'm not saying yourself at the end of the go the thing say so Man City go the trophy. You said they say this man that accept. So I want to know now from in fans then watch out.
No, you're not going to talk about it.
So
Don't tell me.
you don't tell this man say.
If you don't tell me from outside.
So we Summer City, anybody we know whether we follow Summer City, any competition we partake in, we don't turn season, we be crowned as champion. And Kofana will be an exemption. So I wonder how me brother who keep that meeting there. So if you say that they alone for them be and the things and then people any side they go for say they win the first one. And we plan for the day.
Okay, now any someone will go for the first time. Some Man City they win. So is there any plan of you guys, both teams, they think of in the future for playing the Sierra Premier League?
Well, like I answered just now the question, similarly, I'm saying we're not a consultative team. We always consult with the fans. The executive they get idea, but we put them to the fans. The fans themselves, they listen to them. Maybe they get great ideas. We Summer City will develop Summer City more because then they don't take it through the years. We believe in youth and as well as the elderly. We a mix. Summer City a mix. We have the structures where we encourage young people in water administration. Where we vibrant manager always the preach. You encourage the young, teach them and nurture them. And I can culture them in Summer City. So they listen to everybody in opinion matters. And from there we get a decision and we can come to.
Good so what about the management? Are you guys planning to be in the Sierra Premier League in the future?
Well, we manage our Mr. Bobo Bai and marry the team ahead. They think fast. They think of the betterment of Kuto Road. And I assure you say after this year, like I've said before, what we get to do next, the big pass, what we don't do, or what we do on now. So I would expect now say expect great things for next season. Maybe KBC will be in the Division 1 or Premier, but we always think for the big things ahead. So manager the team, but we know say something big and great day ahead.
Okay. Well, Martin, now let's just shift a little bit from the local league. Now we look at the World Cup final where they for be on Sunday. We know say France for the second time in a row, then they go into the final, and hopefully if they win now, they go for be a very big one for them. We get Argentina also where they go in for the trophy. So what do you make up of the two teams?
Well, the two teams them will find their way into this final World Cup. It might be a surprise to a few people, but according to sport politics and different people, the way they analyze and analyze it. So the teams and the players and way then two teams and they assemble. One will say yes, then in paper, then go make them through because by the way mostly Portugal people then also been the part of the politics and preview, not be fortunate like in the crash out of the tournament. And Argentina, where most of the people them for now see them as one of the best team, taking into consideration again the prolific striker Lionel Messi, where we see in performance within these games there. So for me, in performance inside the World Cup, it seems to be high compared to in club football within the past 3 to 4 months where it play. That way it can force Paris Saint-Germain. We see in performance being so slow, like in scoring record being drop compared to how the league they end before ever the World Cup come in. When it come into the World Cup, we see in performance be so high. We hope for say instead get a lot for achieve because most of the players then within the Argentina squad want for play for them. Then see like they want for give them all the best for the Messi because when you take a look at them, they don't achieve a lot. It's just that they won the World Cup for the part of in history making. And you take a look at France, then get a host of players them way missing. And then players then they now be a big blow, people in the take a big blow to the France team, but nevertheless they put that at the back of their mind. They get players and also way determined and focus. At the end of the day, we see the kind of impact with themselves create, then get a lot of wins and take them into the final. Now a huge one for them and now a history for them for they come back to the final. Now a huge one for them and now an open final because you see all two the teams then get a very young breed players them way they attack. One, will say you discredit and credit stand there. The game now open up. And me, like, I don't get a specific thing when me go say, like, this could carry the day because it's going to be an open contenders because you take a look at Argentina, they say, then they play with all their sweat and blood. At the last day, take a look at maybe France will take a look like the no winner last. the players they want to can win and back when they could make history where then they go right into go into the record books. So we never can tell, but it's gonna be a very great one. And you see, this now we they expect, like we see the performance of Morocco where that's like a great one, and they don't add another slot to Africa who will see the representation into the World Cup because they get probably added again as a result of the performance of Morocco. That will give Africa about 4 slots again where we will get most probably 9 into the World Cup, where that's a huge boost for we. That tells you that football they play right across the continent. It tells you that the seed money with FIFA they give across the world to members associations, then they utilize them into the right way. Because FIFA not going to invest into different football associations, FIFA not say their money, then they know they yield a very good food. Because what if FIFA want to collect the game play? And when the game play, how you go able for Real to say the game they play? Now we want to go into them competition, they won't able for compete. Not only you go in there for participate. Take a look at Salon for a very long while, don't they go in for participate, like rather than going there for compete. So it's rather good for we see the past Nations Cup, Salon try it very well, we go, we try for participate, and we believe us into the next one we're going to compete, and maybe we'll be able to bring laurels home, because I believe us if Morocco can create some sort of upsets them into this World Cup where they eliminate huge teams, then when they give a big blow to another team, then we see the furious phases of fan system likes of the Portugal, the Croatia, then get a draw with Croatia, eliminate Portugal, Spain on penalties. That tells you that football they play in Africa and football is alive. When you take a look at them players, and most of them not they playing to that top leagues compared to France team, because most of them players they all they find themselves into a very top league in Europe. While the African players they maybe now 2 to 3 or 4 of them you will count. But because of the zeal and determination, we see the results where they pull. That tells you that football they play.
Okay. Well, whenever I can look at these leagues that they play around the world, I can always try to compare with Sierra Leone. And since we get representative also from Summer City and Cotonou, now we get the young boys that also they try to get up. And in the future, we look at them being for the playing at the national team. And because for me, I think I say when the leagues also they go on, that help. And because from the leagues also don't forget sport out the main talent that we need for playing at the national team. So how well the two teams also done try for keep them players there also to get there, because one thing we can always happen, you go see certain players them play for some city this particular season, so the next season you see them scatter again the players there. So how well and that guy for keep the players them to get there, and by that they're going to play that kind of perfect football at the end of the day, play for the national team, and maybe from national team now they go represent Sierra Leone outside.
On the side of Summer City, one thing we get, as you can ask the players, any player we don't fortunate to be opportune for honor, for get the honor for play for Summer City. Summer City now like a family. That's how we treat our players. When you come into Summer City, you go always one for day. You always one for stay, no one for go. That's how we think Summer City always done they do. Over the years, you watch with squad, if you don't follow me throughout the journey for this how we do it today, we get players them we don't repeatedly they represent me because of the usage, the cordiality we did between. And that is good, now good for Salon football. If you, one for scout the players them for identify them and one. Then you need for keep them. What they make the players them keep the kind of relationship we you build with the players them. And they make the player immediately before a competition they start, they always don't willing and get a willingness for can play for you. And that kind of thing they really do in Summer City. Always we encourage we players them, then they give them the best of facility. They'll get a manager we don't support that vision and we don't treat them as a family. We make all the players them we don't represent Summer City all equally any year. At times you can just watch because of the demand way the league gets in a social amount of players. We can get over. Of course, we can register more than that 26 or 28 in class score. We squad can large more than that because we get so many players then. This one can play, this one can play. Even up to the final, wave of the final. So anybody who don't follow, we say we don't use first 2 or 3 different squad. Players then just the pop in. Everybody want for big part. When you get a message, you send a message, the message they go through. And I use for football, when you get outside and accommodate you well, they want for stadium. Now that's Summer City. People like if you say all about Summer City and the money, the manager buying money, we get values then we will instill into players the way they make you always want for their around and Summer City. We don't do a lot and we will continue to do for promote salon football. Hopefully in the next 5 or 10 years, a couple of players there will be represent Summer City, could be represented internationally in big clubs. That way, and we see the way how we players in the play now. They play now. Stadium will get fans them way from other team don't attest it. Then they watch, then they know they miss nothing about European football because they see the same quality when they see then week in week out when they see on TV and they see them na a local level as parade community level and they see that kind of style of play.
Okay, talking about let me say Thomas is I don't witness most of them against them, all of them against them at the parade, and I see the amount of squad on a level up into the competition. There was a player where one had been signed when Amusano Kamara, and also another team also been signed. The player been go do that double signing. At the end of the day, like Kofa been gets for suspend the player not until in trip where he gets with it at Libya. Outside the FA being able for return back in camp, and later the FA began for suspend, and now they don't lift in suspension. So we don't know how that, because we see him inside the Midamark Foundations. He go represent a team. He go represent one of them community teams, and they lost the final by 5-3 at the end of the day. So since Una been signed a player there, is it that the case Una been get pending without final because the player been get signed for 2 clubs there? Is it like Musa Tomuwebu represent Summer City?
There is a possibility because the case where the Kofa been suspended and indefinitely while they conduct investigations. It was an alleged sign for another team. So Kofa been there on the investigations where he gets like to keep saga with him. That been just cool. But he gets chance for represent Summer City, that I can tell you because now Summer City been signed now. He was part of the team, the squad for the year. We will go out and make sure so we get his signature. He's part of Summer City. I'll tell you that.
Musa Tomode present in a camp with Summer City?
Well, we players are not going to camp, but I can tell you, say, he was the player signed by Summer City, and for this competition, Summer City gets stake.
We go see Musa Tomode.
Well, I go on for talk on the players them we don't represent currently, but waiting I can say with regards to Musa Tombo issue, he was a signed player for Summer City.
Exactly.
And we don't get a squad, we don't compete, and tomorrow maybe we might see few surprises who will spring up. Maybe we'll, because we always look for improved squad.
Exactly, I can cut you back. We see a host of Salon Premier League players then, and the last time I witnessed a game now at Tugamini Stadium where Eastern Lions a host of players from Lions. We see Lions being lost to Port Authority inside I think to that the Premier competition when the manager been furious about this that most of the players they gave all them best into the Eastern Lions because of them they partake in them different mini leagues competitions then, so the manager been vexed at the day was saying like we stick most of them players then. And I also witnessed another match where Summer City been get when I been play against one team where most of Eastern Lions players they were not being used then, but at the end of the day when I get the result Summer City una get a youthful squad, una get one of the best squad na Kofa, and una get a lot of Premier Leagues, una do most signings them, una get lots of new stars them. And now football is all about team spirit, making admire the likes of Coach KTR. They not get that squad of people who say like maybe not most of Premier League players them, but the players then they in that spirit, likewise the Summer City, they get most of Premier League players them. Maybe admire a few players, the likes of Isco and Alpha Joe of them players and they like a very skillful player that we can cause upset at any time at any defense. For Summer City, one thing about Una, like when you pull one player, he counts other one, it's just like there's nothing changed there. So what it takes like manager bar for assemble all these sets of players there as people they admire Una lifestyle, because for now at the Central Bank Football Association Kofa, you have one of the best support. People see Una. And me also don't follow on as season manager. He's a very good guy. When I get a couple of players, but most of them then when they go and take them into the CL Premier League players then. Now that's when I try for build up the team. Like maybe in the future when I want for going to the first division, non-division to the CL Premier League. Building a youthful team like when I get a name, Summer City, a very huge name now. Now let me say now his household name now in Salon football. Because a lot of impacts they will really see. And Summer City, the squad on the assembly, it seems that you guys are aiming for something at the top. What do you feel like are the secrets behind this?
So I've been start for talk just to see the structure and the values we Summer City get. One of the things that we don't make, like I say, with regards to the structure of the executive, we get an open policy. We will encourage everybody to be part of the program. part of what we dey do for we get a say. So equally where we dey get players then. So when everybody involved, people where you don't create that kind of culture where everybody involved, everybody knows say if that's a contribution for do. But when they assign the task to you, you get your role for playing at this club. Whether not so you spend the least to manage about they spend the highest, you get a role for playing. So you don't always know so you belong in a part of that kind of thing. Everybody the opinion. So even when you sign players then we discuss do they get a technical team or they assemble, we make a vote, a verdict, say okay now this and this wants for coach this year. Then the house votes, so okay now this is the highest vote, so okay we'll go for this start. Then we count up players then we'll do what the technical team say we want this sort of players then. Call again. Okay. They can with the debate all anything in the into Summer City. And also one thing where people not notice they always look at the stars then. You also get young couple of players then will be the where then they don't work just when are community players, young talents will not be exposed to that Premier League level. It's and then at the squad. They don't work just in they don't they not the even the last competition. But it's just like when you get a big squad, look at Brazil in '94. Ronaldo go World Cup '94 but you not get a chance for participate. But that exposure alone for let you day in a team of full of stars, you able make them that a motivation will create to the young ones in as well. So we not only go for the stars and also the build community talents and for see them.
From the quarter-final to the semi-final, una struggle. So una play una first game like they cancel the game, another game also quarter-final happens, also semi-final happen. But if it's like una go put a stop to that, that not go happen again. Because that's also a bad thing. Because when our opponents then they cry foul, so maybe they say no, that was a game one of them for play with one community team. Like the coach be say like let them kick the time the weather have been favourable, but man and they go around saying no, this also for other players then go they say no, they're not favourable for kick, and that need to send a very good signal into the game. Una struggle into the semi-final to quarter-final. Una struggle a lot. See match and replay twice. So much una get a replay match twice na the parade field. Where that's not good. So, whose morality don't put in place that not going to repeat again?
I think so one of the things that we will be get will be lack before not being a striker problem. The team they play, the CC will dominate possession or the last week they go reach at the 6 yard, they go. Then because we get strikers and we don't sign, but due to the international break, the leagues them. The loyalty to the players and loyalty to the parents clubs then be the affect one or two. This is for me being back coming now be Costa we get goals, we begin for bagging the goals. Before we rely on wingers then we score now the score and I happen for be the highest goal scorer in the competition now. So we don't get a pointed striker we prolific enough, we don't see how he don't deliver. And we always seek for improve the squad, we make that and they make it possible. And for the other communities of the Nkaiva, we now a team we get structured, well structured. We still say we get videographers with the cover, we games them. We get media team, we got media team with the cover the games them. So all that thing in the way they come up with say and Nkaiva, we get evidences. The evidences and then fight for we in all the discrepancies and the way come up. The evidences were there and they vindicate we and to see where we each other.
Okay, before I can to put a word, at least you talk about structure, you talk about community players, you also talk about stars. So, well, for me, just it's not that I want to come to you, but you talking about these things, I would tell you, say, the amount of structure we try to boost for Nade. And now I will put it to you this way. You're talking about structure and a community league, then you get the community players there, you even talk to the fact, say, at some point, when I call the community players there for can showcase themselves, then when I get stars then this particular day will you count different set of teams, this another day you count different set of teams. So where is the structure?
The structure in how you do things. The structures are in club and administration level. I'm talking about structures they in place for keep things in a day. In terms of players, I think that side where you reach now just now an open thing. We get people in. We know they are like I say you they develop and try for the exposure to young talent, your community talent them. While at the same time you come with people the way they bring motivation, stars the way want for keep you in the game. You know only want for go showcase your talents them. If then talent in the jail, we see how it happen at the international scene. You get your homegrown and get the mix, the one that we get exposure. So the experience and the homegrown, they gel together and create a formidable team for you.
For me, this is not Summer City playing. This is Sierra Leone Premier League stars playing.
Summer City. Well, Dan, an opinion. One thing where you know when it comes to Sierra Leone, so you want to tell me now, either say if a player they play Premier League and he happen for say be an indigene of Summer City and can represent Summer City in a community league, means say na Premier League still.
No, yeah, you yourself said the statement that you talk. I can also say you already home players. They already stars there. Bringing. So that means you bring in stars not from some Mama City. When I bring them come into some Mama City. I take them from which you say.
Okay. Well, in that you don't look at maybe the statement of be self-explanatory. Okay. Then I have to put them again to you this way. Say. You can be a star. I know me say a star don't they represent the Premier League side. Me say not homegrown talent from Summer City. We get players and we don't happen all over all communities. You get player. In fact, that can be the struggle where they happen when Kofadi starts. Because you get players who don't turn star. Maybe you don't have this community. I hail from this community and don't move. Then this community go one time for come back. Now we groom you. Now we give you all things. Now we give you the support. Now we develop your talent. And now you don't turn star. You for come back. So then I come on TV don't happen like Kofa. So when me say you bring the bad star, me say in Stardust status, I bring and come. But I representation for the community as well.
Okay. As the PRO, you go for defending team at all. So you good good. Now you die waiting some MSC and say. Now the same thing for to would also get stars them everywhere they come, just they can play or would get a structured team again. And them boys also don't start from the 1 to now.
Oh, we get stars them we pull from outside the community really.
Okay. They
will get stars in our community where we know they are born of KTR. And again, this league where they go so we register past 30 players because we got youthful players them where we sign, we dress them, but like my brother just say, they come in this competent tournament, at some of them have gained experience because they are youthful players, they are young players, but we are doing such to encourage them, for them to know that they are part of the team and we expect them and we need them. So we get like the likes of Kwame of FC Kalo, a born Kuto player. Samebale, the captain of Kono, a born Kuto player. Louis Sedola, a born Kuto player. Bella, a born Kuto player. Both case of Edwards. You know, majority of the players them, they are from Kutan Road. They were born and raised up in KTR. So we are mixed. We have some players the way we pull outside. Then we get some way and are born up the soil.
Okay, now I'll go for Shituna a little bit from other communities there. And let me look at the final look for the World Cup for between Argentina and France. And also not get support. Maybe you go out of as the hosting the support, and also how you see that finally how it get for be like.
Well, for me side, me and I Brazilian supporter.
Samba boys.
Yes, I have Samba boys from Brazil.
That's Bokute, the full Olympic.
Yeah, it's football.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you say football, na biscuits, no side the book. Yeah. But to me, take the grand final na a 50-50 match.
Okay.
Because both sides get standard players, quality players. So I expect a tough match, a difficult match for both sides. So as for now, I'm not able to predict say this will win, then they will win. What me know is that a big game, a tough game, and both sides need the cup, and especially Messi, who we all know say this is now his last chance for win the World Cup. We now in search of, because I believe say he don't win everything for football. Though not to my favorite player, but I will wish for make it winner because of he deserve it.
So in a way, the time of say you support Argentina.
No.
Because you don't wish to make you win, and so Argentina you want to win. Because if you don't wish to make Argentina win, then Messi not win.
I don't support them really.
So anyway, to you, what's the support and who's why they how you get for City final?
From Summer City, I think the Spain, also Brazilian way. In the World Cup, now Brazil said be the supports. Equal, we share the same vision. But with regards to the final, I feel say it's going to be a tight contest because we see the two teams get similarities in terms of strategy and technique way in the play. See, they were too compact and solid at the back, and defensively solid. Then compact and get this compactness within it allows spaces then for the then very tight and they play with high intensity on the break for counter. We've seen a similar style. While you watch also France, now the same kind type of strength they get. You always get Mbappe and Clear and Dembele then at the wings, and I've also France don't get big boost because we receive Benzema don't declared fit and for Kanjo squad. So you think of experience wise in terms of stardom or to the team then get stars them really at the highest level. Having Benzema is equal to Lionel Messi in terms of the Ballon d'Or level, while you get other players then also with the it get to be a tightly contested match, and I just feel safe football up in France get forgets a good game, time for enjoy a good game, and the lucky side will carry the day. But anyway, I go side with France.
Okay, well, I don't get Argentina, France, Summer City, Cotonou. So, Martin, now this question, if you ask anybody, this go say that this is the win, this is the win. So, the final between Summer City and Cotonou, based on when they start to now we can get the final tomorrow, and then preparation, the way teams that they play, they compose, how they prepare themselves. Who do you feel is a good become champion tomorrow?
First of all, I want to say plenty thank you to the organizers going at the Center One Football Association, because for organized short competitions it goes a long way, because some of people they go there for witness the matches and they cover them and also come back and report on them on the news and current affairs for see how far we have to promote football in this country. And presently I've been it's all for Anakofa than they are not like by you, because when it's reached into the knockout stage we witness a lot of fracas, a lot of fightings they go on between teams. Them like we not been going to some take like they hope them
yeah, talking about that, one of the things that we are proud of and so support go for now the fact that they get for put their foot down and try for stop the violence, and now look to people and say okay, well this match for the play the match. So if you want to play football, play football. So I'll be so proud of them that they therefore look, because a lot of people then they look and say, okay, well they're now they're two teams that's what come on and do now they give their money and this, you understand a lot of things there. But they're not waiting the one, they're waiting to go for, then they look at the peaceful part of it and decide for make the one that we desire for go final at the end of the day go. So one of the things that we are so proud of them for. So you can continue from the way you stop.
Yes, this year Copa competition, as we get the sponsor when Ahmed Gento and the man president the trophy, the amount of security within the park, it'd be nice, it'd be a good one for get security personnel then, because if you look at the competition, they play under the auspices of the first gentleman of the country. We all don't see the amount of investment where you don't put for sports, just as they want for see sport develop out there, want for make sure so the youth man then engage. And when the game they play, for that they create a lot of jobs for youth man then, and also they boost on the economy of the country. With that good for the country, that will even improve on the GDP of the country. We see Usa Imane Safa Abdullah ESQ being come and run a very successful league. We see the Sheikh Stadium Stadium, then they get a jam-packed arena now as a result of the investment in football, and we see the amount of jobs them when that happen in the country. That's a nice one. And Kofa a household name in football in this country, and for over a decade of years in the organized competitions, them host of stars them we don't sail through into the senior national team. At first, Central World Football Association, the same way league not be played during the era of Madam Asha Yuansin, found out say the stakeholders and be all like for participating in leagues them when they be try to organize, because of one or two discrepancies, things that wouldn't believe in, like wouldn't able to work with Madam Asha Yuansin. Now go for our league, now the coaches them they go for scout players then, because that place now be the breeding ground for able scout talents and for bring them into the senior national team, where be the year a very good dividend. And this year competition also now be a nice one, because the competition be so open. We see a lot of surprises into different communities, them where they create impact, the likes of Calabaton, the likes of the hillside. We see matches, then play, replay, then get a very youth, likes of Calabaton, they get a youthful squad when they, most of them players them we find out person like now within the community. They're not getting a host of stars them, like you would say the likes of Summer City, KTR, or the 4B, or all the big guns, then the Mountain City, then get their household name. But there are other communities, then they believe in the players, then within their communities, then take them players and they go with them into the Center One Football Association. Now we see the amount of impact and the surprises them, the tough time when they give some of the big names them when they only play into this competition for a very long while. That tells you that the game is playing and the competition be free and fair and it open up. And the organizer then do a very great thing there before, because for organized short competition, it's not really easy. For put modalities in place, see how the fans them, especially the Mountain City, Summer City, Fulbe, Central, they get host of fans them where they chill into the Center One Football Association. That's the time I even afraid when game they play. Fans just after the game, see stones them, or maybe even before the game they play. You see the fans them when they into the Center One Football Association, they cheer them, teams them out there. You may as a sports analyst, somebody where they follow football, you go like that, you see, because if I not say most host of them fans them they come behind and rally behind them teams them, and that tells you that the fans them out there they like football, they know what football can do. Football don't get a lot of upset in terms of uniting nations, bringing peace. There was a time in Ivory Coast we saw what happened. We did it, go back and score a goal that end a war way up on there. That tells you what football can do now a nation. And they don't try. They also cover this trip under the auspices of this chairman we then get as the competition they come to a climax tomorrow. Now a nice one. We said they anticipate for a brighter and good final. We'll go see that they go climax day, a very good one. So we hope say the two communities them go put them differences them aside and go for participate and get a good game. We want to see a very successful game at the end of everything. So they look up to them tomorrow, which will be the output tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Martin. So you could talk about me give last word and to the viewers out there, what they say they watch.
Well, my own last word what they give, they go especially to fans, all fans and supporters of KTR. I assure them say, on behalf of the team, I merely assure them say we they come home with the trophy. And then Seth, and this plea they go to both Summer City and Kuto Road. Please make it be a peaceful match. Whosoever win, as so God say, you celebrate. If you lost, you go and prepare for the next season. See what the problem, what the cause for the loss, and next season try for amend them. If you're fortunate for win, we come to one, we hug ourselves and forget about that, you go and celebrate. So once more again, I assure me Kuto Road, Framble and say, let them be rest assured say the cup tomorrow by God in power by 7 o'clock with a match can inside Kuto Road with the trophy. For lift up with a match with the cup and manager buying with the total from parade take her inside Kuto Road. Wow. So my last word on this to viewers out there.
Okay, Summer City, you fans then out there they watch you now. Waiting at the peaceful last one we get for 10 them.
Like always, we don't the preach, where we practice with you on the preach. Where we ensure say we don't come offer, we don't be told, we don't be strained, we don't retaliate to people and don't chuk we in a way for respond as normal human, but go to that level. So at this final stage, then we go in numbers tomorrow, go cheer Summer City, in unison we cheer Summer City to victory. And two brothers say in the dance go Kuto long here for pass through Summer City before you reach. So we invite them and join the party because also they go long for which. And go down so tired because we don't beat them. So we just say before now go Kuto, now we go at them. When I can't join me now, I'll glad with the cups. And we they win the trophy tomorrow. And that's how I want to say let the fans then prepare and go in unison and Boku. I'll go as early as possible, we'll get a place and enjoy fine football.
Okay. Good. And when you talk, I think they say guys want to eat you. So you say the big for one last one for talk.
No, I just want to tell and say the route to Summer City not ever be the route. We get the route also Black Pass. And sorry for coming late. As I go, they say one more time, rest in peace to able former chairman, manager, Mr. Festus Taylor. As I say by now, the company supporters and all of Kutoman and they on the way. Or go lay to rest now. So for me, I join them and go gear in last respect. Rest in peace, Manager Taylor.
Okay, family, when I die, waiting Summer City representatives and can talk also to then me co-host now so Martin at least he said with me we don't try for analyze and see how the two teams them day how they stand for tomorrow match. Well, our great idea for telling is that no matter what happen, one team gets for win, and the one we win, let the two communities then come together and try for embrace themselves and promote football in the country. Until next time, we will get for come back to now. Me name now is this Macomb.
Michel Group of Companies is reliable, competent, and trustworthy in providing quality service to its wide range of clientele. Through Mishcom, we provide premium internet service, secured data connectivity, VLAN and VOI over stats and fiber to mining industries, enterprises, hospitality industries, banks. We also provide fiber to home, point-to-point, and satellite backup for Freetown and provincial regions. Through our Michel Security Agency, called MSA for short, we provide a wide range of services that brings safety, security to our clients. Our services include Staff Guard, which also includes access and control room, customer service security, roving, mobile control, and many more. For more information, visit our head office at number 10I Samuel Lewis Road, Freetown, or call +232 73 554 616 or 232 32 554 616. Michel Group of Companies. We
Mercy TV, broadcasting live from our studios in Freetown. Our broadcast stretches across the Mano River